Hey, everybody. Before we get into the podcast, I just want to let you know about our sponsor. It's a film called Sir John A. and the Curse of the Antiquenched. You can get it on iTunes, Amazon, or wherever you get your movies. Check out curseoftheantiquenched.com. All right. The much anticipated end to our Mandalorian saga. We're doing episodes 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting the 10-minute timer now. Matt, what did you think? 7, The
7.
Reckoning.
Fantastic episode. Although Carl Weathers, I feel like he doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Really? Why? Why do you say
Because
that?
literally the entire episode, he's like, especially when at the beginning, right? He's talking, he's like, Mando, my friend. And he's got his hands like this to it, like holding it like crossed. And then he puts it to his side at one point. It's just like, I don't know.
That bothered you? I didn't even notice.
We laughed at it, right? Where we're calling it like, we just kept calling him like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Unless
and
he's
very
like
theatrical.
Unless
he
he's
puts
like
it to his side and then
doing that handshake with Arnold or boxing Stallone. He doesn't know what's up.
I don't know. It felt he feels very theatrical. So I don't know if it's a choice on
his part.
like on his part. I don't know. It was funny that way, and
I love me some Carl Weathers.
It was made more evident in that scene, like Mando, my friend. It
He's
was
behind
like,
a table or a hologram a lot before, right?
He was. But no, I like the episode. It's the old getting the band back together. The problem is like because I hadn't seen 6 for a while, so we decided to watch like the recap. The problem with recaps is like anything they show you in the recap, so they show you every single character. You're like, well, I guess they're all showing up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, it's the old getting the band get back together. But I like that. I liked IG-88. I like Queel.
Yeah.
Also known as previously the guy that said I have spoken.
Yeah, we love this guy, right? Yeah, I liked it too. It sets up some stuff, and it also kind of, I know it sort of sets up some of the healing stuff with the kid too, and sets it up for if you were going to see Star Wars in the week after, to be, so it's not completely out of left field.
It doesn't set up, but I guess it's a second thing to show, hey, look, you can heal,
By the way, we kind of find our overarching big baddie in this one too. Giancarlo Esposito shows up at the end, right?
Yeah. Felt like I was watching Breaking Bad.
I know. Actually, when he showed up, I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is gonna be great. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of ends on a cliffhanger too, right?
The worst cliffhanger ever.
The child
Good God.
Maybe lost.
They killed Queel? What's up with that?
Queel. Someone had to die, I guess.
I
right?
know. But what's funny, because I'm glad I watched 7 and 8 together, because like waiting a week would have been like hell.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, I waited. I don't know. I love this series so much. Every Friday night I was so excited to get home and watch, and so that brings us to Chapter 8, Redemption, directed by Taika Waititi.
I've been waiting for this episode for a while. I didn't know which one he was directing.
It had all the things I wanted. It started off funny, and it gives you I will say, like, obviously the stormtroopers, aside from beating the child, which they have to set up why they get murdered.
Yeah.
But I died laughing when the one takes out its pistol and starts trying to shoot that thing, misses.
And he keeps missing.
And then the other guy's like takes his out and like, I'll show you kind of thing. And he keeps missing. It's such it's a funny joke on its own.
It is.
But it's also funny inside Star Wars joke.
It is. Because like we've already established what's never been made canon until really Mandalorian, that they can't really shoot well.
No.
Like it was made a joke by Bill Burr in episode 6.
Yeah.
And is now like actually full on like, oh no, they just can't shoot.
A lot of them can't shoot properly. Which it's funny. I don't know.
I will say that scene, I was dying laughing, and it's probably out of the entirety of Star Wars,
it's one of the best Star Wars scenes.
It's my favorite scene. It's my favorite ultimate Star Wars scene in the entirety of Star Wars, because it just humanizes the bad guys.
Yeah. Or just it adds more texture, I guess. It
does. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it makes fun of the villain. Oh, hold on, maybe he shouldn't come in right now. Like he just killed like another guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it does that, and then it shows like the shooting, and it just shows them like punching Baby Yoda, which I couldn't find more funny. Apparently, the internet hates it.
Oh yeah, well I can see why, but it's like it's fake. It's a show.
Yeah, and after discovering like who actually played them, I couldn't
who
believe
played
it.
them?
It's I forget their names, but it's the guy from Horrible Bosses and We Are the Millers.
Okay, yeah.
And then the guy, if you ever watch Mindy Project or Happy Endings.
Okay.
They're like two guys I really know and I really like, and they just showed up. I was like, oh.
Jason Sudeikis.
And Adam Pally.
Yeah.
Pauly?
But
yeah, they just came out of nowhere. Really, really, really funny scene. But the episode in and of its own was great.
it's sort of like The Last Alamo, you know.
It did. Yeah, it
like
did.
a bit of like we're like, or what's that other
Butch and Sundance.
Yeah, a bit of that kind of vibe, right?
Again, it feels very
can't get out of
Western.
here. Like, there's no way you'll get out, and I do like that, and like escaping, and I don't know, like it had all these great elements. I like the under the sewers part 2.
What did you feel about R2-D2?
The R2-D2?
Yeah.
I think it was fine.
Okay. We all got freaked out when we watched it, and my buddy's like, "Oh my god, R2-D2," and it just kind of stuck to me. I don't know, it just threw me off.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
Like R2 units should not have arms and legs. That's weird.
I don't know. I guess I didn't mind it as much. I just thought like, oh, in this world, things are kind of put together strangely, and you know, he's kind of half hobbled
it just
together.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. You know, in Toy Story, there's like the bad kid that assembles
like
stuff.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it reminded me of.
That's the version. There's someone in the
Sid grown up.
Sid is in Star Wars.
But yeah, I dug that, and there was a nice tie-in with the IG-11 character. You know, him having this overarching.
Is he IG-11? Oh, my bad. I keep calling him IG-88.
He might as well be IG-88 to all of us Star Wars fans, but it is an IG unit, as they say.
Yeah, the IG unit, the Taika Waititi IG unit.
Yeah, it was great. I sort of liked him doing like that like Dante's Peak kind of moment. You ever see Dante's Peak where the grandma gets in the lava to save everybody?
That's literally the joke I made as we were watching it. Was just like, this is reminding me of the grandma.
Moment. It's a sad moment.
But you can't stop laughing at that part too. I don't know.
Star Wars really likes fire and lava, eh? Like
they do.
Anakin and lava, and you know.
But no, that scene was actually really, really sweet, especially for like seeing Mando, just like. Not tearing up, but you're like, he's sad now.
How do you feel about him taking the helmet off?
I hate it. I did not like it. There was no reason for that. Okay.
Would you have liked it better if they did like a home improvement?
Cut away.
Or like a Wilson moment where he's kind of obstructed?
No, I wouldn't have. No, obstructed is silly. I think if they just kind of cut away from the face, you just see from behind. There's no reason to show him. It kind of ruins the magic.
Yeah, there's a reason to show him. You paid all this money for him to be in the show. No, he probably made it part of the contract that you have to see his face at one point.
But to me, that brought down a little bit of the magic of the man.
The way they did it was fine. Having
the
robot
in the universe is fine. Him taking off the helmet for IG is fine.
Yeah.
It's us seeing it. I don't like the audience seeing his face. I did not like seeing his face. That was it. I didn't mind him as a kid, but when he became a Mandalorian, I don't know. It just felt it. You know what I mean? It's like finding out. My friend mentioned it's like finding out the name of Clint Eastwood's character in the Man in like all the Man trilogy. It just ruins
the Dollars trilogy.
Yeah, it just ruins.
Are you surprised?
It just ruins some of the surprise, some of the magic of it.
Are you surprised Favreau didn't want to do throughout this whole thing like an Iron Man thing and have the HUD? Because that was like the genius about Iron Man, right? You hired Robert Downey Jr. to be Iron Man, but he's wearing a metal mask the whole time. How do you put his face on screen?
Terrible.
It wouldn't have been as good, but I'm just saying, are you not... Favreau just pulling a bag?
That never crossed my mind.
No?
And you know what? It probably never crossed Favreau's mind because he doesn't hate Star Wars like you do, apparently.
Yeah, Favreau did a good job. I hope they let him do a movie or something, but I don't know.
They did. It was called Lion King.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I love this series overall.
Yeah.
It's,
can't wait till season 2. And honestly, season 2, bring us more episodes.
I know that I'm sure they will, but with how high budget, before the time runs out too, I just do want to mention the way they film stuff is really cool. If you get a chance to look up on behind the scenes,
because it's
giant
all sets.
It's a giant LED screen. It's hooked up to technology too that when the camera moves, the digital environments move with it to parallax and move. It's unbelievably cool technology.
It's very, very cool technology. And I will say I discovered this after, and I never saw a thing. Like,
it's so well done.
Never crossed my mind.
It's really neat. And I did think about while watching it, I'm like, how are they getting, because his suit's like a reflection.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
That's what I mean. Like, it looks fantastic that you're just like, I don't care how they did it. To me, they're there.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, I never saw underneath the curtain. You know what I mean? Like, there's never that scene where I was like, oh no, there's the fake.
So it's like, it is kind of like a video game, how a video game will in real time render stuff where the camera moves. And it's kind of like what is it, a rare, and it's one of like the video game engines, but just souped up to like 11.
That's crazy.
Technology
is crazy, and pretty much gave us Star Wars.
But what's amazing, they can dial up like brightness levels and get the colors right, and on the day we have it shot, like it's done. So yeah, that ends our Mandalorian saga. We don't know what we're going to come back with after this. We might do another commentary, of which we've not done a commentary in a long time.
Sure. We'll definitely be back for season 2 and probably more Star Wars shows, because that's one thing Mando brought on too is, I guess people like seeing Star Wars on TV live action. Let's release everything.
We should do a non-Star Wars film for when we come back.
We'll do the anti-Star Wars film.
Yeah. Star Trek. But yeah, we appreciate you guys listening, and let us know what you guys thought of The Mandalorian in the comments, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll be back soon with more episodes.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter @Lost Commentary, on Instagram @Raiders of the Lost Commentary, and like us on Facebook.
I'll be back.